was just before dawn in the narrow alleys of Kowloon, where the sky always seemed gray and dreams felt like they belonged to someone else. A boy named Li Chen stood barefoot on the cold concrete, staring at a broken brick wall in front of him. His hands were bruised, his shirt torn, but his eyes burned with something that pain could never extinguish: determination. Li was 12 when life taught him its first lesson. No one was coming to save him. His father had left. His mother worked from sunrise to midnight, and all he had were old kung fu tapes and an endless curiosity for how people turned struggle into strength. He wanted to be like the men on the screen, graceful yet powerful, fearless yet kind. But in the real world, dreams didn't fly. They crawled through the dirt. Every morning before the world woke, Li trained on the rooftop. He had no teacher, no equipment, just willpower. He practiced flips on old mattresses, punched broken walls, and timed his kicks to the rhythm of the city's noise. He wasn't perfect, but he never skipped a day. "If I can move better today than yesterday," he whispered to himself, "then I've already won." One day, an old stunt coordinator, Mr. Han, passed through the neighborhood. He saw Li jumping between two buildings, barely making the distance, and almost falling. Mr. Han shouted, "Are you trying to die, boy?" Li replied, smiling, "No, sir, I'm trying to live." Impressed by his courage, Han took him under his wing. The training that followed was brutal. Endless push-ups, balance drills, and fall rehearsals that left Li covered in dust and pain. "You want to be great?" Han would yell. "Then learn to fall without fear." For years, Li worked as an unknown extra, faceless, nameless, invisible. He was the man who got punched, kicked, and thrown off rooftops so the hero could look cool. People mocked him, saying he'd never make it big. But Li didn't chase fame, he chased mastery. He told himself, "If I can survive this pain, I'll survive anything." Then one day, his chance came. The lead actor of a major action movie got injured during filming. The director needed someone to step in for a risky scene, a 20-foot fall through glass, no safety wires. Everyone refused, everyone except Li. Before the jump, Mr. Han looked at him with concern. "You don't have to do this." Li smiled and said, "If I don't jump now, I'll be stuck here forever." He took a deep breath, ran toward the edge, and leapt. The glass shattered, his body crashed into wooden crates, and silence followed. The crew rushed forward, and then Li stood up, bleeding but smiling. The director clapped. That one stunt, that one leap of faith, changed everything. Li's name started spreading. People called him the fearless stuntman. His style was different, a mix of comedy and chaos, danger and emotion. He didn't just perform stunts. He told stories through them. Every fall had a rhythm. Every punch had purpose. Like Jackie Chan, he made action feel human, funny, painful, and real. But fame brought new challenges. With success came critics, injuries, exhaustion. During one scene, Li fractured his spine. The doctors told him to quit. "If you move like this again," they warned, "you might not walk." For weeks, Li lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling like everything was over. But inside him, the same fire burned, the one that had pushed him through poverty, pain, and rejection. He whispered, "If I stop now, all my pain was for nothing." So he trained again, slowly, painfully, step by step. Every movement hurt, but every drop of sweat reminded him of who he was. One morning, he looked in the mirror, raised his fists, and smiled. "Welcome back, fighter." When he returned to filming, the world was watching. His first scene after recovery was a symbolic one, climbing a burning building to rescue a child. Real flames, real danger. The director asked, "Do you want a double?" Li laughed. "No doubles. If I can fall, I can rise too." The scene became iconic. His career exploded globally. But what made people love Li wasn't just his talent, it was his spirit. He never pretended to be invincible. He showed pain, sweat, fear, and that's what made him real. Years later, during a film award ceremony, a young actor asked him, "Sir, what's the secret to your success?" Li looked at the boy and said softly, "There's no secret. I just never quit. Every time life knocked me down, I stood up smiling. Because that's how you win." As applause filled the hall, Li thought back to that broken brick wall of his childhood, the one he used to punch every morning. He realized he hadn't been breaking the wall. He'd been breaking his own limits, and in that moment, he understood. The real strength was never about muscles or fame. It was about resilience, the power to rise when everything inside you wants to fall. That night, standing under the spotlight, he whispered to himself, "I was never born a hero. I just refused to give up."